Hey everybody, I'm James. This is OutLaw Frags. Do me a favor, stay right there. I'm going to run the intro, 2 seconds roughly. Don't count them. We'll be right back, and I'm going to talk to you what is on the schedule for today. So I'll be right back. So what I'm talking about today, as you can see in front of me, is Prada Loan and this line. Now, I have to tell you that doing my research in order to do this review, I found out that Prada itself is way older. The house is way older than I ever expected. It was actually established in 1913. So that goes way, way, way back. You know, they started their business out doing clothing, and then in the 70s they introduced their bag line and their backpacks, and then in 1990 they released their first fragrance. They have 89 perfumes in their catalog that start from, like I said, from 1990 until present. Prada fragrances are made in collaboration with perfumers Daniela, and I'm going to put her last name here, and then Carlos. I'm going to do the same thing with Carlos's last name, Max and Clement, because I just don't want to butcher their last names. Because I know everybody takes a little bit of pride in their family name, so I'm just going to put them on the screen for you to read. Now, the first fragrance that we're going to talk about today is going to be my favorite out of the three, and that is Prada L'Homme Intense. Now, Prada L'Homme Intense was released back in 2017, and I'm going to just read you the quick description that Prada provides with their marketing campaign for this fragrance. And it says, Prada L'Homme Intense promises a multi-layer experience and enhances the scent of iris and amber with a note of leather and patchouli, while Tonka gives it an oriental signature. The goal of the scent and the opulent bottle is to invoke an exclusive nature of the multifaceted Prada man. So take that for what it's worth. I do like the fact that when they wrote that, they actually included the notes. You know, a lot of times when you see the marketing, quick synopsis of what the company is trying to say their fragrance is about, they kind of give you a gloss over, but they don't really tell you what the notes are going to be. This one they did. And this one, I have to say, I really, really enjoyed. The way that they put this fragrance together, it is just outstanding. Now, the one thing that they didn't talk about when they did their quick note gloss over in their marketing material is in the base there's sandalwood in this. Now this whole thing is super nice. It's a very well-rounded fragrance. It smells absolutely amazing. This is a fragrance that you can use dressing it up all the way in a suit or just a straight formal setting, all the way down to where if you want to wear this, in your Sunday best, or if you're in a super clean, really crisp white button-down shirt and a really nice set, a very nice set of jeans and some loafers, this works well. The scent profile, like I said, is absolutely wonderful. It's really well-rounded. The iris that they have in this just smells outstanding. It's not bitter like iris root. This is the iris, the flower. It's just nice and round. The tonka bean that's in here provides a nice little bit of sweetness right alongside of the amber. Iris in the top of this is kind of held in a wonderful basket or blanket of the tonka bean and the amber that provides the sweetness. And then in the further background behind that, as it starts to dry down, you can start and pick up the leather and the sandalwood. This is absolutely outstanding. I really, really like this. This is, like I said, my favorite of the three, even though all three are exceptionally good fragrances. And not only that, the quality of these, Prada makes an outstanding quality fragrance. This is no exception. This is absolutely wonderful. The next one we're going to talk about is going to be this little jewel right here. And this is Prada Loan. Now, this is in the category of a woody chypre, and the main accords are powdery, woody, floral, fresh, spicy, amber, and citrus. This makes for a great spring and summer. And to me, if you are in a climate control environment, you can wear this all 4 seasons, and especially in a work environment. This works absolutely outstanding. Now this has the note of iris that I am such a fan of it. All three of them have the note of iris in it that I absolutely love. This one is it's more fresher. It's got a little bit more of a clean vibe to it. It's a wonderful spring and summer fragrance that just projects class and opulence, wealth. I mean, this fragrance is just done so well. Now this one was released in 2017, and the nose behind this is Daniela, and I'm not gonna kill her last name. The top notes of this are ginger and neroli. The mid notes are iris and amber, and the base notes are sandalwood, cedar, and powdery notes. And this is another one that's just put together so well. Daniela has absolutely just done an incredible job on all three of these. All three of these are done by Daniela, and I gotta say that when it comes to this scent profile, man, she really knows how to knock this out of the park. Now for me, this is very versatile as well. I feel that this one would work really well in a semi-formal, kind of almost dressed up to how I am now. This one I would wear, you know, way more casual than I would Prada L'Homme Intense. But it works from casual all the way up to semi-formal because of the way that the scent characteristics of this fragrance work. It's clean, it's classy, it's super smooth. It's just a phenomenal fragrance. Now I gotta say, none of these are cheap. Prada L'Homme series just are not super inexpensive fragrances. Even when you find them on the secondary market at a discounter, they're still expensive to me. And that's all relative, because what's expensive to me is not expensive to the next guy, you know. So it just depends on where you're standing on your finances when it comes to purchasing a fragrance. To me, these are kind of expensive, even on the secondary market. So the last one we're going to talk about is Prada L'Homme, and now this one is a woody chypre as well for the group, and the accords for this guy are powdery, floral, woody, fresh, spicy, and amber. And as you hear me rattle off these accords, you can see that there's a lot of them that go from fragrance to fragrance. You can definitely tell that they're all from one fragrance line, one family. They are different enough to where there is not a problem or a redundancy if you purchased all of these, because they smell different enough from each other to justify the purchase, in my opinion. Now, the first time I was exposed to this one was back when I lived in Phoenix, and my roommate Tommy, who was a wonderful gentleman, he had bought a bottle of this off the recommendations of Jeremy Fragrance, because he was promoting this as the best office fragrance that you could get your hands on. And I gotta say that I agree to a point. The deal is for me that I think all three of these work in that capacity. Not only that, they are versatile enough to where if you want to wear them in the office or semi-casual to formal, they work really well, because the scent profile on these are nice and clean. They, you know, really come across as something that has just a real heavy touch of class to them. They're just outstanding. You know, most people say that this is a spring and summer and fall scent, which I would have to agree. None of these, I believe, have what I would consider enough oomph to be a straight winter scent, especially if you're in the northern states and you're talking about bitter cold. They don't have what you need to cut through bitter cold. But if you're working in a controlled environment where, you know, most people have their thermostat set for probably anywhere from 65 to 70 degrees, it's work awesome. And they're just so well put together. Now this one was released back in mid 2016. This was the first offering. Well, it's the original Prada L'Homme. All the rest of them are flankers. Prada L'Homme is a modern scent that combines the classic Prada ingredients, amber and iris, which also includes notes of neroli, geranium, patchouli, and a whole bunch more. This one here has the biggest note breakdown out of all of them that I have in front of me. This scent is clean, elegant, discreet. It's absolutely, the quality of this is outstanding. It's got good longevity. Everything you need when you need to get dressed up and look smart or smart casual. This fragrance is totally non-offensive. I can't see anybody being offended by this. It just smells really, really, really good. And the iris, you know, a lot of people are like, well, iris comes across as a feminine note, and to me it really doesn't. I put this on, I don't have any qualms about my masculinity whatsoever. This is just outstanding. So with all that being said, I want to say thank you for spending some time with me and listening to me kind of ramble around about this line of Prada that I really, really enjoy. I hope that it helps you make a decision if this is something for you. I would highly suggest that you get a carded sample, or you go somewhere where you can try these. Go to your local mall or Sephora or Dillard's or Saks Fifth Avenue where these are sold, and try them out, because for me, like I said, these are not cheap. You know, they're not super expensive niche where they're $500 a bottle, but they're still well over $100 a bottle if you buy them retail, which I never suggest. Like I said, I got 2 of these, I believe, from Fragrance Net and 1 from fragrance.ca, and at those prices they're still a little expensive. So take the time, do your own research, because what I'm telling you is my opinion. You know, it's not fact. This is just the way that I interpret the fragrances. It's how these fragrances affect me and my mood. And as you can tell, I enjoy all 3 of them enough to where I've purchased 3 out of this line. I would like to get the others that are in this line, but you know, I believe one of them is super expensive and way harder to come by, you know, and that's the one that I believe has the blue. It kind of has a mosaic pattern on the back of the bottle. Like this one is just straight blue. The one I'm thinking of has a mosaic pattern on the back. So with all that being said, I want to say thank you for spending some time with me. Do me a favor, if you've enjoyed what I've talked about, you know, kind of rambled on and on, do me a favor and like, comment, subscribe. And remember, there is no bad time to smell good. And all 3 of these smell outstanding. You know, if you like the note of iris, you're going to like these. Till next time, I will catch you on the next video.